What is up to all the two warriors of For Honor? My name is Miguel, and guess what, guys? It is the launch of Title Update 2 for Year 6 Season 3 of For Honor, and also the launch of the brand new Halloween event that we have in For Honor, the Web of the Jorogumo. And this video is basically going to be a breakdown of everything that we're going to be expecting for the launch of Title Update 2 for Year 6 Season 3 of For Honor, and also a breakdown of, the brand new Halloween event that we have in For Honor. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down, some of the event items, the event pass, also doing a bit of a breakdown of the, event game mode. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be talking about. So I want to go ahead and make this video, short, not too long. So I want to go ahead and keep this video short. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that's happening this week of For Honor. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is we have ourselves a new Warriors Challenge in For Honor, and the Warriors Challenge is going to be going on for October 21st all the way to October 24th. And the name of this brand new Warriors Challenge is called the Jorogumo Unleashed. Be the faction with the most executions performed in the Web of the Jorogumo matches, which means get the most executions in the event game mode, and first place gets 4 XP tickets. So yeah, that is the new challenge. And now the next thing we're going to be talking about is we have ourselves a new arcade quest in For Honor, and it's going to be going on for October 20th all the way to October 27th. Sorry about that if I messed up on my numbers. I almost said 21st, but it's actually the 20th. Epic fail. But yeah, so that is the name. That is the date of how long the arcade quest is going to be going on. And the name of the brand new arcade quest is called The Wolves from the Door. And for the people who do not know, in order for you to go ahead and play the arcade mode in For Honor, you have to own the March and Fire DLC. If you don't own that, you have to own the complete edition of For Honor. If you do not own any of those 2 versions, you have to have a friend that does have those 2 versions, and he could go ahead and invite you to a game of arcade, and you guys go ahead and play the new arcade mode in For Honor. So yeah, I want to go ahead and give everybody a reminder about that, just in case everybody does not know that. So the next thing we're going to talk about is we have ourselves a skip button with the end flow. Now, for the people who do not know, the last season the developers added a new UI to the end flow, which is basically a new, different, a modern version of the end screen. So every time when you end the match, you see how much steel you got, how much XP you got, or what kind of armor did you get. The UI is updated into modern than it was before when the game first came out. So the developers updated the UI, but the only problem is that it took long for you to go ahead and go into the next match. So the developers actually gave us a skip button to go ahead and skip all of that and go ahead and move on to the next match, or go ahead and customize your character or do anything like that. So yeah, so that is awesome. That way we don't have to go ahead and stare at the screen for about 10 or 15 seconds, depends how long it was. So yeah, so they added the skip button so that we could go ahead and skip all of that and go on, move on to the next match or do something else. So that's an awesome thing that they added. So really great. So the next thing we'll be talking about is which is a big thing that everybody has been wanting since the beginning of the year, and it was when the developers actually mentioned this in the beginning of the year. We have ourselves, of course, Crossplay Phase 2 of For Honor, which is awesome. Now, for the people who do not know, Crossplay Phase 1 actually came out in the beginning of this year for Honor, and actually the crossplay actually came out in 2 parts. Crossplay Phase 1 had to do with playing with other different people in different consoles. Like if you're playing on Xbox, you have to go ahead and fight against people on the PlayStation, or fight against people on the PC. So that's what crossplay was. Phase 1, that's what it was. Fighting against other people in different other other consoles. But now Phase 2, now you can go ahead and do group invites and do custom matches with your friends from other different consoles. So like, say that if you want to go ahead and invite your buddy into a custom match on your PlayStation, but your buddy's on Xbox, you can now go ahead and invite him to a game, and you guys can go ahead and play For Honor, with each person having a different console. So now you can go ahead and do group invites, and you'll be able to go ahead and play against your friend on console or on PC. Either way, it's awesome. So finally, everybody could go ahead and be happy. and not be impatient, because I don't know if everybody knows, but a lot of people were really impatient because they've been wanting, you know, Crossplay Phase 2, you know, last season, but finally we got it, so now people can go ahead and relax and be happy about it. So yeah. Also, in order for you to go ahead and, you know, do group invites and invite your friends, you know, in a friends list, you have to have a Ubisoft Connect. If you guys don't know anything about that, I will post a link in the description so you guys can go ahead and, you know, make an account. Just go ahead and say sign in, and right there it will say anything about, you know, creating an account or anything like that. So I'll post a link in the description if you guys want to go ahead and check out the Ubisoft Connect website. So yeah. Also, we have ourselves, of course, the launch of the armor variations for all 31 characters of For Honor, which is awesome. I can't wait to go ahead and get some of them, you know, change some of my characters' looks, so that's great. Also, we have also some retrofitted content for the Kyoshin, Pirate, and Magi. So basically, we're going to be getting ourselves content for these 3 heroes that they do not have, you know, because everybody else in the For Honor roster actually does. So the developers decided to go ahead and give us these other items for the characters like the Kyoshin, the Pirate, and the Magi, so that way they could go ahead and catch up with everybody else in the roster, which is awesome. So yeah, so here are the items that are for the Kyoshin, the Pirate, and the Magi. The Horko's bagpipe, the Horko's violin, the Horko's zither, the Horko's music box, and the Horko's grimoire. So those items that I just mentioned are now available for the Kyoshin, the Pirate, and the Magi. So that is awesome. And now here are some other items that are only available for the Magi and the Pirate, because the Kyoshin actually already has this. So for the Outlanders, which is the Pirate and the Magi, they both get the 2 executions, which is the Farewell Chimera music box and the Farewell Chimera zither. So those are the 2 executions that, you know, the Magi and the Pirate are going to be getting, which is awesome. And also another thing is the paired emotes, which is the actually no, it's actually one pair emote. Sorry about that. So both the Magi and the Pirate both get the Horko's crew paired emote, so that is awesome. So now they can go ahead and do some cool, you know, handshakes with each other, which is awesome. So yeah, so those are the retrofitted content for the Kyoshin and the Pirate and the Magi. So it's really awesome. So now they'll be able to go ahead and catch up with everybody else on the roster. So awesome. And the next thing we'll be talking about, guys, is we have ourselves, of course, the brand new hero skin for the Kensei. And the name of this hero skin is called the Yokai Slayer Mako. And here is the description of the hero skin. Yokai Slayer Mako, proud Kensei, wielder of the Momono dagger. As she wrestles the demons trapped inside the relic, she is the only hope the mire has of killing the dreaded Jorogumo. So yeah, guys, that is the description of the hero skin. And I remember when I first saw the hero skin in the reveal trailer for the Halloween event, it looked awesome. Of course, the trailer looked really awesome too, because it kind of looked like an old school Japanese movie. Everything was all black and white and fuzzy, and you see the hero skin. It was actually in the shadows. They didn't show it until, you know, we got a little bit more further into the trailer. We got to see it, and it looks really awesome. And, you know, the developers talked a little bit more about the hero skin. You know, they showed us how it looks. And also, for the people who do not know or who didn't see the trailer or the live stream of the developers talking about the hero skin, if you guys pay attention to the helmet, the chest armor, and the tattoos on her left arm, you guys can see that the eyes blink along with the, you know, the Kensei's eyes, because the Kensei is actually being possessed, because every time she's killing one of the, you know, the demonic enemies, she's actually being possessed every single time when she uses the dagger. And it's really awesome, and I really like how this hero skin looks, man. I mean, you can, you know, change the different material color on it, which is cool, on the armor. You can also change the color of the hair, the color of the tattoo, the color of the armor. Also, the same thing, the color on the sword. Yeah, dude, it's really an awesome detailed hero skin, and you know, I love it, dude. I'm really happy that I was able to go ahead and get this from my Kensei, and I'm really happy that one of my favorite heroes in For Honor, the Kensei, finally has her own hero skin. And yes, I said her because this hero skin is actually for the female Kensei, because the last two you know, hero skins were actually both males. The Lord of Lamael skin for the Warden and the Bullthorn the Curse skin for the Raider. Those two were both males, but now this time this hero skin for the Kensei is actually a female, and yeah, it's really awesome, dude. Now for the people who want to know how you're gonna be able to go ahead and purchase the hero skin, well, there's actually two different ways to go ahead and purchase the hero skin. The first one is 25,000 steel. So if anybody has any steel, you know, saved up over, you know, the time, over the years in your in your profile, you know, you can go ahead and get this hero skin for 25,000 steel, and it is yours. Yep, that's it. And you just go ahead and apply it in your Kensei, and that's about it. Really cool. It's simple. But if you want to go ahead and go on a different option, and here's the second option, and this is the hero skin bundle. And we always get ourselves a hero skin bundle every single time where we get ourselves, of course, a brand new hero skin in For Honor. So what comes in the hero skin bundle? Well, the hero skin bundle is actually $12. So if you guys don't want to go ahead and spend 25,000 steel, just go ahead and pay $12, and in the hero skin bundle you'll get, of course, the hero skin. You will get 3 scavenger crates and 7 days of champion status. So those are the items that you get in the hero skin bundle, and it's only going to be costing you $12. But if you guys don't want to go ahead and spend, you know, 12 bucks on the hero skin bundle, just go ahead and spend 25,000 steel with any amount of steel that you have saved up, and you're able to go ahead and get the Kensei, you know, with the steel that you have saved up. But if you guys want to go ahead and go with a different option, there's the hero skin bundle, and it's going to be costing you 12 bucks. So yeah, either way, just, you know, spend whatever, you know, is best for you. You know, you choose what's best for your money. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, guys, this hero skin looks awesome. I can't wait to see what the next hero skin is going to look like for the next hero. I think it might be for Tiandi, maybe. I don't know. Some people might say it might be for the Lawbringer or something, because there was actually a link or something. I don't know. But we just have to wait and see what happens with the next hero skin for the next hero. And I'm excited, dude. So, yeah. And now we're going to be moving on to the big and final thing, which is the Halloween event, which is the Web of the Jorogumo. And this is going to be going on for October 20th all the way to November 10th. So you have 3 weeks for this event. And for the people who do not see the trailer of this event, here we go.
恐怖に縛られ、地獄に取りつかれ、悪魔の住処となった逃げ場のない村。猛者どもは集う。不可能をなすために、悪夢を闇へ葬るために、妖魔が現れ、死がはびこるとき、宇宙よりいずるつわもの、ガンマの勇士、人であり人でなき者。だが叶うだろうか。虐殺の女王、妖魔の母、そして死に救う雲。ジョログモに。
So yeah guys, that right there is the event for the Web of the Jorogumo Halloween event for Honor. And guys, it looks awesome. I remember when I first saw the trailer, dude, I was so feeling excited. And also excited for the event game mode, because this is actually a brand new different game mode that the developers actually had in a while. So it's really awesome. But yeah guys, we got, you know, some changes to the main menu screen that looks different. The same thing with the face off screen that looks different. Unfortunately, there's no event weapons for this Halloween event, which is kind of sad. You know, last year we didn't get any event weapons when we had the Dead by Daylight event. But yeah, for this you know, for this year we actually don't have any event weapons for this Halloween event, which is disappointing. But you know what, it's okay. At least we get all these cool ass content that we're gonna be getting, so that's awesome. So yeah, so also we have also an event pass, event items, and an event game mode. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about all that stuff. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the event pass that we have, and it's actually a free event pass, so you don't have to go ahead and pay for it. All you have to go ahead and do is just play the game, grind up the, you know, event pass, and you'll be able to go ahead and get these items that I'm going to be mentioning for free. So that's awesome. So yeah, really awesome. So yeah, the event pass has 30 tiers, and what you're going to be getting in this event pass. So in the event pass, you're going to be getting yourselves 3 XP tickets, 3 scavenger crates, 300 steel, and 215 salvage. So those are the small items that you're going to be getting. Now the next thing we're going to be moving on is the cosmetics, which is the first one is the battle outfit, which is called the Kappa's Haunts. So that is the brand new battle outfit for the event pass. It really looks cool. The next one is the ornament, which is called the Kappa Trophy. So that is what the ornament looks like. Really looks cool. And the last and final one is the effect, which is the swamp creatures. So that is the effect. You see some kappas in the water, and all of this stuff is available for all of the characters in For Honor. All you have to do is just go ahead and level up the event pass to level 30, and you're all set and complete. So that's awesome. So yeah, these items are for free, just to let everybody know. So the next thing we're going to be moving on is the exclusive event items that you're going to be getting, and you only get these items by just playing the event game mode. You can't get them, you know, in the event pass. You can't buy them. These items are only exclusive for the event game mode. The same thing, you know, the items when it came to the Covenant games for the Horkos and the Chimera Covenant games. So these items are only available for this event game mode. So there are actually 2 ornaments, but they're really cool looking. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So the first one you get, and this one you only get by participating into the event game mode. So which means if you go ahead into the event game mode and you participate in it, and if you lose, you still get this ornament, even though if you lost, you'll be able to go ahead and get something. So this ornament is called the Yokai Memento. So that is what it looks like. It's a really cool looking ornament. But then the next one is another version of it, which is called the Jorogumo Slayer. And this one, it has a little bit more, you know, has some light to it. You see that's green, and you see some light coming in the mask. And this one you can only get by defeating the boss in the event game mode, which is the Jorogumo. You only get this by, you know, defeating the boss. The other one you only get by participating in the event game mode, but this one you get by just defeating the boss. And yeah, that's it. So it's a really cool look. These 2 ornaments are really cool looking, and I really like it how the developers did that. You'll be able to go ahead and get some exclusive items by playing the event game mode, and I really love that the developers are doing it. You know, it shows you that if you're determined to go ahead and, you know, play something, you'll be able to go ahead and get yourself some rewards with it. It's awesome. So yeah, hopefully they do more of that stuff in some of the other event game modes. So that's really great. Moving on to some of the regular event items that you're going to be able to go ahead and buy and get. So yeah, so the other stuff that I just mentioned, which is the ornaments, those are just the exclusive items. Now these items you could go ahead and get by, you know, buying it with steel or anything like that. So yeah. Now I have to go ahead and remind you guys, just in case, for the people who do not know, some of these items are not going to be available until October 27th, which is next week, but we do have some items that are actually available at the moment. But some of the other items that I'm going to be mentioning are going to be available next week. So yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about the first thing. We have ourselves a new event mythic outfit, which is called the Gaze of Demons, and it's gonna be costing you 15,000 steel. And this outfit looks really cool, and the effect looks awesome. You basically have, you know, these demonic eyes looking at you, and the way how the effect, you know, the music and the effect sounds every time when the eyes open up and gaze at you, it's really cool. You know, looking effect, and the outfit, it actually, if you guys want to go ahead and get this, if you want to go ahead and match this with the hero skin, it will fit perfectly. So yeah, this outfit and effect looks really cool. So it's gonna be costing you 15,000 steel if you want to go ahead and get it. So that's one of the items you could get right now. Now the other Illustrious outfit, which is going to be coming in on October 27th, which is next week, and it's called the Reign of the Spider, and it's going to be costing you 20,000 steel, and that's going to be available next week. And basically you have a cool looking Jorogumo mask, and yeah, it's all white, it's creepy, it's scary, and this will fit perfectly for the Nubushi. I'm going to get that for her, but yeah. So this outfit is not going to come until the 27th of October, so we still have to wait a week for that. So those are the Illustrious outfits. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the event executions. So we have two. One is available at the moment, which is called the Jorogumo Hunger. And this one is really cool looking. You know, you basically, you know, attack your opponent, and after that you go ahead and whip them out in spider webs, and yeah, that's what happens. It's a really cool looking execution. That one is available right now for 10,000 steel. Now the other one is going to be available next week on October 27th. It's going to be costing you 10,000 steel, and the other one is called the Spider's Thrall. So this one is a really gruesome looking one, because you basically stab your opponent right in the head, and then after that you grab their arms and boom, pull their, you know, head off their body, and it's a really gruesome one. So yeah, it's a really cool looking execution, but this one's not going to be available until next week. So yeah, we still have to wait a week for that. But yeah, so both of these executions are going to be costing you 10,000 steel each. So yeah, that's awesome. Now the next event item is the event emote. So we actually have two event emotes that are going to be available on October 27th, which is going to be next week. The first one is called the Spider Spew, and it's going to be costing you 5,000 steel. Now this emote, basically you throw up spiders and then you stepped on them. So yeah, it's gross, but it's really funny though, because how the way you react, you puke out spiders, and then you go ahead and freak out, and then you step on them. It's really, it's gross, but it's awesome too. So that is the, you know, regular emote. The next one is actually a paired emote, and it's called the Pumpkin Bash, and it's going to be costing you 10,000 steel. And what this one is, you know, you have a pumpkin head, and you know your opponent, your friend actually has a jack-o'-lantern, and both of you guys have jack-o'-lantern heads, and then after that you do a headbutt against each other, and both of the heads explode, and then you guys, you know, just celebrate all that stuff. So yeah, it's a really cool looking paired emo, and it's gonna be coming out next week on October 27th. So we have to go ahead and wait a week for that, so don't you worry about it. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and, you know, do a pumpkin headbutt to you and your friend, get this for 10,000 steel next week. It's awesome. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and get that. So the next item, which is the event signature, and it is called the I Survived Jorogumo, and it's gonna be costing you 5,000 steel. So basically you basically just burst out of an egg, out of a you know, a spider egg. Yeah. It reminds me of Alien, you know, when the facehugger, you know, pops out of the egg. So yeah, that's what the execution is going to be, and it's going to be available on the October 27th. So yeah, like I said, we have to wait a week for that. And yep, that is all the items that we're going to be getting during this Halloween event. So if you guys want to know how much it's going to be costing to go ahead and get all those items for basically one hero, it's actually going to be costing you 75,000 steel. And that is a lot of steel. But if you guys want to go ahead and get these at a cheaper price, you'll be able to go ahead and get the limited time bundle, and this bundle is available for only one hero. So and the bundle is going to be cost you 50,000 steel, which means you'll be able to go ahead and get the bundle and all the items cheaper at a cheaper price instead of paying 75,000 steel. So in the bundle you only have to go ahead and pay 50,000 steel, and you'll save 25,000 steel if you just get the bundle, which means you get the 2 new event executions, the 2 new illustrious outfits, the signature, the emote. I think you I don't see the emote here, but I think you just get the emote regularly. So yeah, the spider spree one, and also the signature. I do not see the signature here. So yeah, but yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and save 25,000 steel, go ahead and get the bundle. And this bundle is only available for 1 hero. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a heads up about that. So sorry about that. My mouth is getting dry. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the last and final thing, and that is the event game mode. And guys, this game mode is fun, and I really love how the developers stepped it up with this event game mode. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So the event game mode for the Halloween event is called the Web of the Jorogumo. Sorry about that. Like I said, my mouth is getting dry. So yeah, so the event is called the Web of the Jorogumo, and this is a bone-chilling creature has nested in Market Town. Protect Yokai Slayer Mako as you capture zones by possessed enemies and help her reach the dreaded Jorogumo. So yeah, so that is a description of the event game mode, and basically this is actually a variation of another game mode that actually came out in year 3 of For Honor, and it's actually a variation of the Emperor's Escape. Now, for the people who do not know, in year 3 of For Honor, like towards the end of year 3, the Jean Hu was actually the last hero to come out in that year. And when the Jean Hu came out, he actually got himself an event that was based upon him. And the event was actually called the Jean Hu's Gambit. And the event game mode was actually called the Emperor's Escape. And so what you had to do in that event game mode is you had to go ahead and protect and escape with the Emperor. But the problem is you have to go ahead and fight against a bunch of enemies, and you have to go ahead and protect him, and you have to go ahead and escape with him. If you or the Emperor dies, you lose the game. But if you manage to go ahead and escape and the Emperor lives, you win. So yeah, so basically you have to go ahead and go through different different types of capture points. You have to go and capture one, and every time each one gets a little bit harder than the other one, and yeah, it gets crazy towards the end because the enemy tries to go ahead and kill the Emperor. And yeah, it's a really fun game mode, and I really like it how the developers gave us another variation of that event game mode. So yeah, but this time, instead of you protecting and escaping from the Emperor, you have to go ahead and fight a giant woman spider hybrid. So yeah, it's a really cool concept the developers did. So yeah, so that is what the event game mode is. This event game mode is actually PvE. So yep, it's PvE. It's single picked, so you have to go ahead and select a different hero that one of your teammates has. So if you want to go ahead and play as the Raider, unfortunately you won't be able to go ahead and play as the Raider because somebody else already picked him. So you have to go ahead and pick somebody else from the roster. So yeah, so that way it won't have to be the same people all the time. So yeah. So it makes it a little bit more challenging, depends on what your favorite hero is or anything like that. So yeah. So that is what is in single picked. Also, you have to escort and protect Mako to 5 different control points. So the same thing as the Emperor Escape. There's actually 5 different control points. You have to go ahead and go into each one, and until you get to the last one, which is the 5th one, and you have to go ahead and fight against the Jorogumo, which is the boss. So if anybody is actually scared that how are you gonna be able to go ahead and heal up when it comes to each different capture point, how are you gonna be able to go ahead and get enough health from that? Because when it comes to some of the some of the yokai leaders in each capture point, they do pack a punch, especially when some of them have fire damage. Don't you worry about that, about the health. Mako actually has a healing aura. around her. So every time, you know, when you stand next to her, you'll be able to go ahead and regain health from her every single time. So that's one cool thing that the developers added for that. So yeah, changes things up from the Emperor's Escape. And now the last and final thing is teamwork. So in this event game mode, you have to go ahead and work as a team. There cannot be a person that has to be selfish and not, you know, help out the other teammates, or just go ahead and go, you know, full in Call of Duty, rush mode, and do everything by themselves. No, all of you have to go ahead and work as a team, because if you do not, you know, it's gonna be game over. Because, you know, there's actually two ways for you to go ahead and lose in this event game mode. The first one is if everyone dies, you know, it's game over. If Mako dies, it's game over. So there's two different ways, you know, you lose, and you know, you have to work as a team to go ahead and beat the boss right here. So yeah, so that is the main, you know, focus on this event game mode, and that is teamwork. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the three phases that were in the boss battle. So once you get to the last and final control point in this event game mode, you're gonna be able to go ahead and fight against the boss, and that is the Jorogumo. Now each, you know, phase of the boss actually has three phases. You have the easy phase, you have the medium phase, and then the last and final one is the hard one, because that's when it comes to the third phase, that's when things get crazy. So let's go ahead and talk about some stuff that you're going to be expecting on, you know, during the fight against the Jorogumo. So the one thing is, in phase 1 and in phase 2, right when you go ahead and do some damage against the Jorogumo, she actually will go ahead and escape. You know, she will take a back seat, and she will send 4 yokai leaders, and these leaders have a lot of health, and you have to go ahead and fight against them. But you also have to go ahead and protect against them from with Mako, because if they go ahead and attack Mako, you know, Mako is gonna die, and then you're gonna be losing the game. So everybody has to go ahead and focus on these 4 yokai leaders and defeat them by the time to go ahead and do any more damage against Mako. So yeah. And the one thing, after you are done go ahead and defeating those 4 yokai leaders, all of a sudden the Jorogumo is going to go ahead and body slam you in either, you know, direction that you're going to be, you know, at. So yeah, she's going to go ahead and do some damage to you every single time after each phase. So yeah. On the third phase, she won't be able to do that, because that's when things get crazy. So yeah. Also, you're gonna be, you know, fighting against some 2 possessed heroes. They're gonna be continually respawning every single time. So you know, so that's kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, and they mostly focus against Mako. They're not focusing on you. They're focusing against Mako. So, and towards the end of this event game mode, you have to go ahead and protect Mako as much as you can before she dies. So yeah. Also, you're gonna be fighting against, you know, Breach minions. So yeah, you have those freaking minions from, you know, the Breach mode fighting against you, and they're a pain in the ass, but what can you do? So yeah, so those are some of the enemies you're gonna be fighting. Also, you know, the Jorogumo, you're gonna be fighting her too. She also is gonna be doing some body slams when you go ahead and go up to her and, you know, attack her. So there's actually, there's actually gonna be the body slam is gonna be changing throughout each phase, and also she does some fire attack damage, so you have to go ahead and watch out with that, especially in the third phase. Oh my god, dude, the damage, the crazy amount of fire attacks that she does in the third phase, Jesus Christ, it just goes crazy. Everything is on fire. So yeah. So the Jorogumo actually does body slams on you, and on the first phase, the body slam rage actually is normal, but then on the second phase it actually increases, and then on the third phase it actually increases more. So the body slams increases its range a lot every single time when the phase continues. The same thing with the fire attacks. The fire attacks increase every single time when each phase progresses. And sometimes she'll be able to go ahead and do a double body slam when you go ahead and attack her. Sometimes she will do one, and then by the time you go ahead and try to get up, she does another one, and so she basically gets a double hit on you when it comes to the body slams. It's really annoying. So basically you have to go ahead and it's basically playing against a boss in Dark Souls. So you have to go ahead and attack her and then back up before she hits you with a body slam, then attack her again, dodge, attack her again, dodge, and attack her again, dodge. So yeah, it's kind of like playing Dark Souls, but you have to go ahead and be smart, because when it comes to the third phase, that's when shit gets crazy. Because that's when the enemy, you know, that's when the fire attacks go a little bit crazy, and that's when the, you know, the two possessed heroes that continue respawning, they actually respawn a lot faster. And, you know, you have to have, you know, you have to have somebody protect Mako against those two possessed heroes, and you have to have everybody else finally get the Jorogumo. But yeah, dude, during the third phase, everything just gets crazy. And, you know, I remember when I first played the event game mode for the first time, I lost, but on the second time, I won, and I was able to go ahead and do that, and I was able to understand what the strategy was for this event game mode. So yeah, but like I said, it's all about teamwork. You know, you have to have somebody with the strategies. You know, you have to work on a strategy to go ahead and do and defeat, you know, the boss in the event game mode. And, you know, you have to go ahead and think of, you know, what kind of, you know, perks that you're going to be equipping. You have to have somebody that's a healer. You have to have somebody that does some status changes. You have to have somebody that does, you know, a lot more damage, or, you know, is good with defenses. So each one has to go ahead and do something to go ahead and make it through this event game mode, because you want to go ahead and defeat the boss and also get the exclusive event items in this event game mode. So yeah, like I said, it's all about strategy in this event game mode. It's a lot different from the Emperor's Escape, because this one's a lot more intense. And you know, what I've heard so far, a lot of people like it, and yeah, I really love it how the developers did something new. And can't wait to see if they're gonna be doing something else when it comes to the next seasons of For Honor, and also the next year of For Honor when it comes to the events and the event game mode. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, guys, that is everything that we had to go ahead and talk about in this event breakdown for the web of the Jorogumo, and also the start off of the title update 2 for year 6 season 3 of For Honor. Jesus Christ, this video has been about 33 minutes. Like I said, I tried to make this video short, but I guess I had to go ahead and break down everything that, you know, you guys had to know. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys, I gave you a bunch of information on this video. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay too cool, guys. Bye.